Have you ever wondered what they're not telling you in school? Welcome to 2026 Mandatory Curriculum, the class you wish you had. We're diving headfirst into the mysteries that history books conveniently forget. From the secrets hidden deep within the pyramids to the strange lights in our skies, we're asking the questions no one else will. Are we alone in the universe? What really happened to ancient civilizations? Get ready to challenge everything you thought you knew. We're about to explore the weird, the unexplained, and the absolutely mind-blowing. This isn't your average lesson plan. This is the stuff they don't want you to know. Listen, and remember what history has forgotten. Imagine a world far older than our own. A planet called Nibiru. For millennia, its twin moons shone down on a civilization of unimaginable advancement. The Annunaki. They were masters of science, space travel, and genetic engineering. But even gods can bleed. On Nibiru, a creeping doom was unfolding. Their atmosphere, once a shimmering shield, was collapsing. Ancient volcanic cataclysms had torn holes in the sky. The air turned toxic. The stars vanished behind a poisonous yellow haze. King Anu and his people faced the one enemy they could not defeat: extinction. Their longevity, spanning hundreds of thousands of years, had become a curse. They were forced to watch their world die in slow motion. But in the 11th hour, a desperate theory emerged. A solution found not in prayer, but in physics. Gold. Scientists believed that microscopic particles of gold, if suspended in the upper atmosphere, could reflect the lethal cosmic radiation destroying Nibiru. But their homeworld was barren. To survive, they had to look into the dark abyss of space. Probe after probe returned nothing but dead rock and toxic gas. Until a signal returned from the inner solar system, the third planet from the star. A water world? A blue jewel. They named it Kai. We call it Earth. The mission report changed everything. Kai possessed a magnetic field to shield against radiation. It had liquid water, but most importantly, the scans revealed veins of gold running through the planet like blood. At the Great Council, King Anu's son, Enlil, presented the strategy. The planet was inhabited by primitive beasts bipedal, intelligent enough to be dangerous, but small. While the Anunnaki stood 12 to 15 feet tall, these natives were less than half their height. The risk was calculated. The decision was made. A fleet was launched. 300 Anunnaki commanders and 600 workers from a lower caste, a conquered race known as the Igigi, set their course for the blue planet. They weren't coming as explorers. They were coming as miners. They touched down in the fertile plains between the Tigris and Euphrates. The first order of business: survival. Under the command of Anu's other son, Enki, the Igigi were ordered to build the command center Eridu in just 7 days. But this was only the beginning. For the Igigi, Earth was not a paradise. It was a prison. For 150,000 years, the Igigi toiled day after day, century after century. They dug deep into the crust of Southeast Africa. Enki, desperate to save Nibiru, demanded more output. He used particle beams and brutal discipline to strip the gold from the rock. But you can only push a sentient being so far. A leader named Atrahasis rose from the dust of the mines. His words are recorded in the ancient tablets. "We were born of the stars, yet condemned to the dark. Proclaim war." The rebellion was instant and violent. The Igi turned their mining lasers into weapons. They burned their tools. They stormed the house of Enlil. The Anunnaki crushed the uprising with superior technology. But the victory was hollow. The rebellion had worked. The Igigi refused to work another day. The gold supply halted. Nibiru's shield began to fail again. Enki needed a solution. If he couldn't force a workforce, he would have to build one. Enki looked to the primitive apes roaming the forests outside Eridu. He saw potential. He didn't want partners. He wanted biological machines. His design requirements were cold and precise. The new worker had to be intelligent enough to take orders, but not intelligent enough to question them. Strong enough to mine, but weak enough to control. The first attempts were nightmares. Myths speak of the failures, gorgons, chimeras, beasts that defied nature. But Enki persisted. He spliced Anunnaki DNA with the genetics of a hominid female. The result was Adamu, the first man. This moment aligns with a mystery that still baffles anthropologists today: the sudden, inexplicable appearance of Homo sapiens roughly 300,000 years ago. We didn't evolve gradually. We appeared, fully formed, ready to work. We were purpose-built. We were the replacement for the Igigi. But Enki had made a mistake. By giving us Anunnaki DNA, he gave us more than just intelligence. He gave us ambition. Enki broke the prime directive. He fathered a child with a human woman. This hybrid bloodline possessed a fire the Anunnaki did not intend. Humanity multiplied. We became loud, violent, and powerful. The city of Eridu descended into chaos. At the same time, a cosmic clock was ticking. Nibiru was returning on its 3,600-year elliptical orbit. Gravity was about to wreak havoc on Earth. The Annunaki Council saw an opportunity. The ice caps were melting. The crust was destabilizing. A flood was coming. They decided to let nature do their dirty work. They would retreat to orbit and let the waters wash their failed experiment away. But Enki could not watch his children die. He secretly contacted a human named Utnapishtim, the man we know as Noah. Forget the wooden boat and the two-by-two animals. The Sumerian texts describe the gigantic round disc submersible, a technological lifeboat designed to survive the crushing depths of a planetary reset. Enki gave him the plans and told him to save the seeds of life. Then, the sky turned black. Volcanoes spat mountains of fire. The oceans receded, only to return as a single, towering wall of water that swallowed the continents. From the cold safety of space, the Anunnaki watched the lights of Earth go out. When the waters receded, the Anunnaki returned to a Stone Age world. They took pity on the survivors. They gifted us civilization, again writing, mathematics, agriculture. But this time, there were conditions. They had learned to fear us. They engineered safeguards into our very biologies. They shortened our lifespans, ensuring we would die before we could accumulate enough wisdom to challenge them. They introduced susceptibility to illness to cull our numbers. They made childbirth dangerous to keep our population in check. We are the survivors of the flood. We are the children of the rebellion. But we must ask ourselves, if our creators designed us to be workers, limited by short lives and fragile bodies, have we ever truly stopped serving them? Or are we just waiting for the supervisors to return? Thanks for joining the class. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a lesson. Drop a comment below with what you want us to investigate next. Until next time, stay curious.